this week my husband left me to go paint a mural. Not actually left me. So I am solo parenting for a week, which is not my dream really. However, before we had our daughter, it would have been my dream to be alone for a week and get to do whatever I want. So within the realms of looking after my daughter for this week, I thought I would take the opportunity to do lots of whips, because, you know, as much as I love my husband, it means that at the end of the day when he's home I have to spend time with him, which I do love, but sometimes I just want to craft. Is that not the dream? So yeah, I'm taking this opportunity to do as much crafting as I can after my daughter to bed. Unfortunately, she's going through a bit of a sleep regression, so I'm downstairs a little bit later than I planned. And I do also plan on still going to bed at my normal bedtime, because I currently go to bed around 10 PM ish. I just get tired and I get up early anyway. So let's talk about the whips I want to complete this week so we can get right into it. I have 3 projects I'd like to make progress on. I'll probably make progress on one, I'll get to the other one, maybe a touch of it, and the third one I think I will finish. Let's start off with the one I think I'm going to finish. That is my vest I've been working on, and this is, I don't know what to call it. It's like a granny square vest but with different granny squares. So this is the spike square and this is the Beauty and Excellence square from the Ultimate Granny Squares source book. So that's these 2 squares. Looking forward to finishing that. I've just got a few more Beauty and Excellence squares to do, and then I think I'm going to do a little count and see what else I have to make, because I don't know. I honestly don't know where I'm up to with these, but I think I finished all the spike squares, so it'll just be the other square I have. The second whip I think I will get far on, but not quite finished. I don't know. I'm at this weird spot with it. Is the Sydney sweater by Crochet by Sky. That is this here. I just dropped something. This is going to be a jumper for my husband. It's looking small, but I will need to block it out a little bit to make it looser, although he is smaller than me, so it will probably fit him. I've started on one panel and I just find this one kind of sore on my wrist. Also, it's using a hook I don't love. This hook itself, it just sort of twists. It's not going to do it right now, which is annoying, but it twists within the handle. So it's kind of annoying, but I don't know how to find another 5.25mm hook, so I've got to figure that one out. Anyway, so I'm hoping I will get some more of this done. And then the very last whip I have is in this basket. It's one I started about a year ago, and I honestly don't remember where I'm up to on it. It is the Cheap Tricks jumper. I feel like it's very big. I don't know. I started it when I was just after I went back to work. I feel like I might not have enough yarn either to make all the panels, so maybe I should make it a little bit less wider. But this is where I'm up to with it. This is one panel. I made another one of these a few years ago and I really liked it, but I made it a little bit too small, so obviously I was making it a bit bigger. But I'm now looking at this, thinking about my Coupler jumper and thinking, oh god, that's massive. So I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think about whether or not I actually undo this and start again, because I do want to make it, or if I continue on with this. And the reason why I want to continue it is I have a lot of yarn in here that's just sitting here. It's funny, I don't count this yarn towards my stash, but it's obviously part of my stash. I also got another whip in there which I'm not going to touch this week. Yeah, I'd like to get rid of this yarn from my stash, so I've got this container back to put the whips that are currently sitting next to it in it. So yeah, that is this jumper. And this is the one I don't think I'll touch at all, unfortunately. I have high hopes, but it just really depends on how I go. So anyway, let's do some crocheting of some squares while we're here. So I have attached both the panels together, which is on the floor here. I've been thinking about it and I think I am going to do 4 more spike squares to do the shoulder pieces and the side pieces, because it's basically 9 granny squares attached to each other plus 2 at the bottom and 2 sort of at the top, so you can make it a vest from all the stuff I've seen online. Yep. I'm not actually following a pattern for this. I've looked at what other people have done. I'm like, I can do that. So that's where I'm at now, is I gotta make 4 more spike squares, which I think I will do, and then I'll go back to doing some work. Surprise, I'm working from home today and I'm on my self-dedicated lunch break while I ate food while I was working, because why not crochet while I'm doing it? I obviously won't get all 4 squares done, but it would be cool if I can use up a majority of this yarn here, because I've pre-wound this from one of my other kinds. This is what I've been using for the inner, and that's what the spike square uses for 4 rows. So it'd be good to use up a lot of this for the last 4 squares, which means that I can sort of count this towards yarn used in April, nearly in March. And I definitely will use another one of this white one. But anyway, that's a long-winded way to say is that I've been crocheting. I've attached the front and the back panel together on their own. Need to make the squares that then attach them. I still got to pull in all the ends. Not looking forward to that, but I will do it. I'm avoiding that one too. I think I want to... Here's the progress on my vest. Unfortunately, I wasn't sure how it would fit, and it is definitely a little bit big. That's okay. What can you do? I probably should have made the squares 1 row smaller, but that's learning. I've done the, what do you call it? The arm ribbing so far, which I knitted them. So I decided to cast on around the edges. I just got to do the bottom, and I think I will do a neck rib. But I'm about to go out and do swimming with my daughter, so I'll do that first. But yep, here is my vest so far. I'm obviously not on a roll when it comes to knitted and crocheted items going well this year, so hopefully the next ones can pick up, because I'm not feeling good. Hello, it is Monday and I finished my vest, which I'm pretty proud of. I mean, obviously I finished it. I was nearly done last night. I just had to do like one row of ribbing and then the bind off. So that's done. And I'm very bright right now because I'm turning my computer on. I was working on Byron's jumper, which is a Sydney sweater. And then I just decided I wasn't happy with it. I found one of his jumpers. I was trying to find it on the weekend and I couldn't. I finally figured out it was in a drawer. And it's just way too narrow. I don't understand, because I did do some testing beforehand, but I think maybe it's a combination of the hook I use is broken. Who would have thought? Here it is. It just slowly twists in the casing. And this is an issue I've been finding with the boy hooks anyway. I can't really show you, but I mean, you can see it's twisting this bit here, but the hook itself is not twisting. Does that make sense? It's really frustrating. When I first started crocheting, I found these hooks great. As I've gotten into my rhythm and learning how to crochet, I do not like them. I like the fixed hook ones. Here's my crochet hooks. I'm finding really random ones. I don't love little metal hooks. They're not my fave, but they tend to work well with acrylic. My favorite hook is this one here. It is a tulip hook. I only have it in a 4.5 size. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go treat myself. Oh, sorry, I'm saying this, and I do have another tulip. I did buy another tulip hook. I can't remember what size that was either, so it doesn't really matter too much. Anyway, yeah, I love a tulip hook. I love one where they're fixed. I do also have another brand. I can't remember the name of it, but I don't love it. And it's just because the tulip feels a lot nicer in my hand, whereas the other brand I have, which is my normal 5mm, and I'm pretty sure that's still upstairs because that's what I was using for my vest, it just doesn't feel as nice in my hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy myself a 5.5mm tulip hook. The hook I was originally using for the Sydney sweater was a 5.25mm hook, so honestly I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. I did just try with my 6mm hook, which I also do not like the feel of. My 6mm hook is this one here, and this, I don't know where it came from. I definitely didn't buy it, but it's like coated in plastic and it feels odd to use. I kind of want to throw it out, honestly, but I'm going to keep it just in case I ever need it. So yeah, I'm going to buy a new hook, and I'm going to buy some yarn. I'm going to buy the yarn for my mum's present I was going to make her. There's this top she wanted me to make. And when I say present, I'm just going to make it for her and eventually give it to her. But yeah, this is top she wanted me to make. She has it in black and white. She wants it in red. So I'm going to go buy some cotton yarn too at the same time. So that's my update. Is no crocheting update tonight really. I do think after I've done all this stuff on the computer, I'm going to pull out my jumper. What's it called? Oh, it has been a day. I'm going to pull out the jumper, the other one, the third project I had, which I said I didn't even think I was going to get to. I'm going to pull that out and work on that instead, and hopefully this weekend I can work on Byron's jumper when I go to my crafting day. That is my just done a swatch. As you may have seen, I decided to undo my jumper. I think I'm going through a phase where like I really want to finish my whips, but then I'm also not feeling motivated by them. I need to get better at picking up a whip or picking up a project and finishing it through its fruition, because if I don't do it then I probably won't finish it, as I've learned and just told myself. So first of all, I need to stop picking up so many projects. I think it's going to be easier by not doing so many square projects and just focusing on them as I come by. And so I do want to focus on whips, get through my backlog that I've got, which isn't actually that many, but for me it feels like a lot. And then I can pick up some new projects. But this one I am going to pick up, which I feel like just goes against everything I just said. But it is taking the place of that jumper, so I feel like it sort of works. Here's my swatch. I am doing the Tivoli, which was on my list of ones to do. This is the jumper, but I'm not going to do it stripy. I'm going to do it using all the yarns project I had. So here's all my yarns. I'm going to use up the walls first, and then I've got this purple. I kind of want to use this too though. I'd love to use that up because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then also a little bit of white. This will be the like last resort one, but yeah, I'm going to use the yarns for the jumper from that, and I hope I use up majority of them because they're the right weight. And I've been thinking, oh, I really need to buy some yarn, some chunky weight yarn for the Tivoli. I need to figure it out, but I don't. I can just use what I have, and I really want a fun multicolor. I love like scrappy stuff. I love color, but like not in, well, I do like in your face color, but obviously if you've seen my projects and you've followed me for a while, or if you haven't and you're keen to go check them out, I use a lot of the same colours, and I think most people do when it comes to making their projects. I am such a creature of habit that I use blues, nope, I use purples and greens a lot, and then orange and red. That's basically my colour palette when it comes to making stuff, which does make it hard when I want to make something different. I think it's a good one though. I made the Cheap Tricks jumper by Les Terribles. It's a French word. She's French, so French Canadian should I say. And I actually made it in this yarn back when I first started crocheting in 2023 or so. 2023 it must have been. Yeah, actually I started crocheting shortly after our Japan trip where Byron and I got engaged. So yeah, I guess I've had this yarn for a while because this is the leftover yarn I had from that project. I haven't really known what to do with this yarn because it was like very early days me. So one, this will be a great stash busting project, which originally was going to be, but now I'm going to make something I'll actually wear. So all that to say is I've done my swatch. It is on it's on 9mm needles, and it originally called for 10mm. I did a whole lot of research into gauge swatching. I'm terrified of making it too small or too big. So yeah, I basically figured out that I needed to use different size needles to get the swatch I needed, and that is it. Hello, it is Wednesday and it is raining really bad, so I hope you can't hear that. But I got a package and I'm going to open it. This is the one I bought on the weekend. The Ribbon Rose is so fast. I decided to buy from them because I knew they had the size hook I wanted, so. And then I'm going to do a little update on where I'm at, and then I'm going to end the video because Byron comes home today, which means I will no longer be looking after my child alone, which means my husband has no longer left me. That was the whole premise of this. So, oh, it's all in one bag. I don't know if I love the color. Oh well, I have committed to it. Here is the color of yarn. I do think it's actually okay. It's just more, it's for my mum. I don't know how she's gonna feel about it, but I got 8 balls of this red cotton. I think it should be enough. If not, I can get more. So that'll be for a top for my mum, which I'm going to get started on probably as my next main crochet as my next main crochet project after I finish Byron's project, which I'm restarting. And here's my hook. It is a Clover 5.5mm. My first time owning a Clover. I like the tulip hooks, but they didn't have the size I wanted in stock at my local Spotlight. So this is what I'm going with instead. Seems alright. Yep, worth the money. 5.5mm, which is a size I didn't have. It's also a good mid-size. I went with this size over 6mm because I felt like 6 was too big. So 5.5 is what I have for Byron's jumper. So now I'm going to get started on that again tonight. And then the other thing I have to chat to you about is my other jumper. Wow, so many jumpers. Here's my bin. So here's where I'm up to, which doesn't look like much, but I tell you it is lots. I've still got the yarn connected. The pattern says to cut the yarn, but it's because the pattern itself is actually a stripy pattern, whereas I'm not making a stripy pattern, I'm making a scrappy pattern. So I have, the next step in this pattern is to connect the shoulders. So last night I took out the crochet, because what you do is you crochet, chain, and then you knit into that chain to create the shoulder. I don't know why. I feel like could have done it another way, but anyway, so I've done that, and I now got to do the 3 needle bind off, which it was like getting close to my bedtime, my allocated bedtime, and I wasn't feeling like figuring it out. Also, I just feel like maybe my beginning stitches were really tight and I'm gonna struggle a little bit to do this bind off, so that'll be fun. But hopefully today on my break, because I'm working from home today, I can do both shoulders and then I can get started on working. Well, it's actually not working in the round, it's sort of, you work a certain amount obviously to make the armholes, then you start working in the round. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna hopefully make some progress on this because I feel like it's gonna be a quick jumper. I do feel like it's looking a little bit big, but I'm following the pattern, my stitch count was correct, all that stuff, so fingers crossed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time with another video in 2 weeks. Ka kite anō. Bye.